yes. عشان بس أسجل الدرس. Again. More beautiful, we say more beautiful. Interesting, more interesting than. طيب في صفات قلنا صفات شاذة ما تنطبق عليها القاعدة. Good, better. ايش السوبرلاتيف؟ Good, better.
best.
The best. Bad, worse. The worst. لازم تحفظوها. Far, farther. The farthest. Sorry. The farthest. الصفات مثلا تقول محمد is better than Ali. The weather today is worse than yesterday. ما في ER ولا EST. طيب هذا كان على الكومبريتيف بين اثنين. لكن الاختبار راح يكون السؤال على السوبرلاتيف. ايش هو السوبرلاتيف؟ السوبرلاتيف تفضيل مطلق. مثلا بين اثنين ايش نقول؟ ذا نضيف الصفه مقطع واحد one syllable نضيف EST. Old the oldest. Big the biggest. Hot the hottest. Noisy the noisiest. انتهت بالواي نضيف I ونضيف EST. انتهى بحرف ساكن قبله متحرك double T نضيف EST. إذا كانت أكثر من مقطع الصفة مثلا boring, beautiful, interesting نضيف the most وبعدين الصفة. The most boring, the most beautiful, the most interesting. هاي الصفات مثل ما قلنا good, better, the best. Bad, worse, the worst. Far, farther, the farthest. وأخذنا أمثلة. أحمد is the tallest student in class. نجوى is the smartest. الأذكى، الأشطر. هذا كان تذكير بسيط. يلا مين يسوي هذه الجملة؟ الشاطر اللي يسويها. الاختبار راح يكون بهذا الشكل. جملة والصفة بالأخير. تحولها إلى تفضيل مطلق. Who can do this? The Nile River is river in the world. الصفة long. خالد؟
longest.
Longest or the longest?
The longest.
Yes. Thanks Khalid. The longest. إذن تفضيل مطلق الصفة long مقطع واحد. إذن نضيف قبلها the وبعدين long ونضيف EST لأنه تفضيل مطلق. The longest. Sorry. Yes. طيب أنا أعطيكم تمرين الآن أونلاين. أتمنى الكل كتطبيق عملي على هذا السؤال. Wait a minute. I will give you like online activity to do it together, and you will help me to do it. طيب تخيلوا ان هاي الاسئله جت الاختبار كيف راح تسووا معها؟ Okay, let's see now. Ahmed, can you do number 1? Here, use the superlative form of the adjectives. الصفة موجودة هنا tall, good, cold, dangerous, happy. So, تفضيل مطلق. أحمد, number 1. Ahmed, are you hearing? شباب الكل يفتح الكاميرا لأنه بضطر أعمل إلغاء للطلاب اللي مش فاتحين ومش عارف بعض الطلاب ما يتابع بس يدخل كذا ويمشي. Thanks حسام إبراهيم and سمية. Thank you. خالد thanks. البقية بليز عشان ما نضطر انه نخرج واحد من البرنامج. احمد are you hearing؟ احمد doesn't hear. طيب علا لازم تشاركي معنا لما يكون في سؤال او شيء. اوكي خالد can you do number 1؟
Who is the tallest person in your family?
Yes, thanks. Who is the tallest? Who is taller, the tallest? Thanks. Ula, number 2.
My mom is the best.
The best. Thank you. Yes, good. انتبهوا الصفات الشاذة. Good, better, the best. Here. Good, better, the best. Thanks, Ula. Silva, number 3. December.
December is colder.
Again, Silva. Colder between 2, but this is
Coldest.
the coldest. تضيف EST لأن الصفة مقطع واحد. One syllable. Thanks, Silva. So December is the coldest month of the year in my country. Thank you. Sumaya, number 4. Yes.
Dangerous cities.
Look. Dangerous أكثر من مقطع سمية. أكثر من مقطع. إيش نضيف للصفة؟ The most.
Yeah, most.
Yeah. Read the sentence. Read the sentence. What's the
most dangerous animal in the world?
Thank you. What's the most dangerous animal in the world? Who can answer this question? إيش أخطر حيوان على وجه الأرض? What's the most dangerous animal in the world?
Snake or tiger?
Snakes?
Yeah. Or tiger?
Or tigers? Good. Thanks. Thanks, Sumaya. Let me talk to Ibrahim. Ibrahim, number 5. Ethan. إبراهيم.
Happiest.
The happiest. شوف منتهية بالواي. أضيف تتحول بدل الواي IEST. Ethan is the happiest boy that I know. Thank you. Hassan. Number 6.
Nicest.
Nicest. Read the sentence. Read the whole sentence.
Where are the nicest beaches in your country?
Yeah.
In your
Where
country.
are the nicest beaches in your country? Thank you. Number 7. Give it to Sharifa.
She bought the biggest cake in the shop.
Biggest. BIGGEST. Thank you. Shams. Number 8. Shams, are you hearing? Doesn't hear. Ahmed, again, are you hearing? Ahmed? Khalid? Yeah, can you do number 8?
Who is the most famous singer?
The most, more than one syllable. Famous أكثر من مقطع. The most famous. Who is the most famous singer in your country? Yes, your answer is true or false? Let's see. Let's see. الآن راح أصحح لكم البرنامج. True or false? Let's see. Score. Sorry, it says what here? Yes, they said our score is 7 upon 8. Why? What's the mistake? أين الخطأ؟ Huh? Why? Why did they say number 8 is wrong? Why? The most famous, it should be, right? No? Okay, no problem. So our answer is true, the most famous. بس يبدو انه في مشكله في البرنامج عشان ما اعتبرها صح. Okay, guys, thank you for this question. It's a kind of practice. So question number 1 in the exam will be like this. Number 2, question number 2, قطعة صغيرة وعليها أسئلة بس تكتب true or false. It is. If it is true, okay, finished. If it is false, correct. إذا خطأ صحح. إذا صح خلاص. I give you example. This is example. Okay. Here we have about Michael. It's a short paragraph about Michael. Okay, let me ask someone to read. Ula, can you read paragraph 1? Read paragraph 1.
Mitchell works in a restaurant in the center of Madrid, Spain. He goes to work at 5 p.m. But yesterday at 5 p.m. he wasn't on the bus. He was in a taxi going to the hospital. He was very sick. Usually he works in a kitchen all evening, but yesterday he wasn't in the kitchen. He was in the X-ray department of the hospital because the doctors were worried about these small pains.
His stomach pains. Stomach يعني ألم في المعدة. Stomach pains. Thanks. So this is paragraph 1. It talks about Michael. So he works in a restaurant, but yesterday at 5 p.m. he wasn't on the bus to go to work. He was in a taxi to go to hospital. Why? Because he was sick. So he wasn't in the kitchen in the restaurant where he works, but he was in the X-ray department. X-ray يعني أشعة X in the hospital. So this is number 1. Number 2, let me talk to Silva. Silva, can you read paragraph 2?
Normally at 11 p.m. Michael takes a bus to go home after finishing at the restaurant. But yesterday at 11 p.m. he was still in the hospital and he was still unhappy and sick. He was in a bed and he was very hot, 102 degrees. Was he worried? Yes, he was.
Oh, so at 11 p.m. usually he takes the bus to go home, means to finish his work and go home. But yesterday at 11 p.m. he was in the hospital. He was very sad because he was sick. His temperature is high, 120 degrees. So he was very worried. Thanks. Umar, are you hearing Umar? Yes. So Umar, please read the last sentence. عمر, read. عمر, اقرأ النص الأخير. Okay, so maybe Umar has a problem in his mic. So let me talk to Sumaya. Sumaya, can you read?
Okay. In the morning, he was better than doctor. We replaced it. Why? Bismillah, دقيقة.
What was?
معلش يا أستاذ.
Okay.
What was the problem? It was bad food from the restaurant.
Oh, thank you. See, in the morning he was better and the doctors were pleased. Doctors were happy because he is fine now. What's the problem? Because of the food from his restaurant. Maybe the food is not good in the restaurant, so that's why he was sick. طيب تخيلوا انه هاي الاسئله اللي جت بالاختبار. يلا وروني شطارتكم الان. True or false? Ibrahim, can you do number 1 please? طبعا الاسئله راح يكون اسئله ذكاء، يعني بدك تفكر تكون شاطر، يعني عندك جواب غير مباشر. So Ibrahim, read question number 1. Sorry. Okay, so let me talk to Hussam. Hussam?
Michael was in the restaurant yesterday afternoon.
True or false?
True.
Look, yesterday afternoon, look here they said what? He goes to work at 5 p.m. So he works in the evening or in the afternoon. But yesterday at 5 p.m. he wasn't in the bus, he was going to the hospital, he took a taxi. So the answer will be what? Hussam?
False.
False. بدي اياكم تركزوا في الاختبار. Focus. Yeah, this is the point. Thanks. Sharifa, number 2.
He goes to work in the restaurant by bus.
True. Thank you. Because here they said what? He wasn't, he goes to work at 5, but yesterday he wasn't on the bus. So it means he goes by bus. He goes by bus. But when he went to the hospital, he took a taxi. So here it will be what? True. Shams, are you hearing Shams?
Yes.
Yeah. So do number 3, please.
Yesterday he was in a bus going to hospital. False.
False. Why?
Taxi.
In a taxi. No, he was going to the hospital, yes, but not by bus, by a taxi. Thank you. Let's see. Number 4, I give it to Ahmed. Ahmed, again, isn't here. Khalid, number 4.
بتطلع فوق وشوف.
Yes, okay. Huh?
False.
So he was in the hospital because of his head. False, no, his head. Because of his what?
Stomach.
Stomach, his stomach pains. Yes. Thank you, Khalid. Ula, in number 5.
He was in an X-ray bench of the hospital. Yes, true.
Yes, true. In the X-ray department. Thank you. Silver, next one.
True.
Look, he was in the hospital until 11 p.m. Look here, they said normally at 11 p.m. he takes the bus to go to work, to go home after finishing his work. But yesterday he was still in the hospital and he was still unhappy and sick. So true or false, Silva?
False.
Until 11 p.m. He was in the hospital until 11 p.m. يعني حتى 11. يعني هل نعتبرها صح أو غلط؟ What do you think, Silva? Because لو اعتبرناها صح معناته بعد 11 رجع البيت. وهذا غلط إنه مستمر إلى يوم ثاني الصباح. So we can make it what? False? Okay, let's see. False. بنشوف إيش بيصحح حالكم. True or false? Thanks, Silva. Sumaya, number 7. The doctors. Sumaya, are you hearing? Sumaya doesn't hear. Ibrahim, can you do number 7, please? 1 minute. Let me close this. Yes.
True.
They were very worried about him the next morning, so it will be. Look, in the morning he was better, and the doctors were pleased. What do you think? So, Ibrahim, you change your mind?
No.
So, because the doctors said here, and the doctors were pleased in the morning. They were happy, so not worried, right? So this one, it should be false because they were pleased in the next morning. Okay, thanks. Number 8, the problem was food from his restaurant. Hey, سهلة. Hussam?
The problem was food from his restaurant. True.
True. طيب نشوف الآن البرنامج ايش يصحح لكم، كم عندكم أخطاء. Let's see. Where is it?
مصطفى
here.
فوق على الشمال مكتوب.
Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. Here the answer. So we have 8/8. Correct. Oh, all of them true. Thank you. So the score 8/8. So we got A. Your grade is A. So all of them correct. Okay, thank you. طيب هذا كان نموذج للسؤال اللي راح يكون موجود، فلازم تركزوا عشان بعض الإجابات تنتبه تفتكر إنها صح وهي غلط أو العكس. طيب آخر سؤال عشان الوقت إن شاء الله نراجعه في الدرس القادم اللي هو choose the correct preposition. سؤال راح يكون فيه in, on, at, for time. اللي تحكي على الوقت راح نراجعه إن شاء الله في الدرس القادم. طيب الآن بيكون راجعنا سؤالين في الاختبار. Question number 1 superlative adjectives. Number 2 reading but just write true or false. So inshallah next class we make a revision for number 3 and for and 5. طيب اتمنى انه تبلغوا زملائكم الدرس القادم الكل يحضر لان مراجعه هامه جدا وخاصه بالاختبار. طيب who has a question?